Today I am working on organizing my china cabinet, and we are going to paint it as well because this used to look different down here, and I kind of got a wild hair the other day and pulled off what was on there and added this peel and stick. It's the same one I have in the hallway. This is the only color I had left, and I didn't want to spend any money on this project. So I'm working with that, and the other stuff I had up there kind of covered what I originally painted it, and it just doesn't look right. So I had some rebates for Menards, and I went to Menards yesterday and bought me another thing of paint. So, but the first thing I want to do is kind of get in here. I know you guys can't really see it really well, but I want to kind of get in here and kind of maybe declutter a little bit and get that organized. I'm trying to get a few things done before I start fall decorating, and this is one of those. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't know how long this is going to take me, how long this video will be. If we have time, we are going to do something else, but I don't want to make this video way long. So let's go ahead and get to decluttering here, and we'll see, and get this painted, and we'll see how much time I have left. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Thanks for joining me. Alrighty, I got that all cleared out, that part anyways. I have stuff on this table. I can't believe how much stuff I have in here. Some of the stuff I'm donating, and then the other stuff I just have to kind of figure out how to put back in there. But this is pretty much all spring items. Didn't even know I had a candle in there. And then over here is fall, a little bit of fall that I have in there. Then over here is some Christmas stuff. And then over here is some Christmas stuff. So the next thing I'm going to do is try to get things where they need to go that don't belong in there. And then I'm also going to go through all these plates, because pretty much a lot of those are Christmas. I do have some fall ones in there I will pull out, set those aside. But it's crazy how many plates and bowls and stuff that we gather. So I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do. I will wipe out that cabinet, and then we'll start putting things back in there. Okay, while you guys are watching this, I'm not going to speed it up because I have a little story to tell you of what happened to me the other day. I had some packages I had to take to the UPS store in our post office. The UPS store is 2 towns over from us. So I get halfway to the UPS store, and there's this fly flying around my car. He would not get out. I had all my windows down. I was trying to shush him out while I was driving, and he would not leave. I get to the UPS store, dropped off my packages. Again, I'm trying to get this fly out of my car. He would disappear. I couldn't find him. So I start driving again. There he was, flying all around. I get to my post office in my town, and I'm still trying to get the stupid fly out of my car. He was driving me absolutely insane, and I could not get him out. So I'm like, whatever. So I got home. He finally flew out of the freaking car. And then I go to the mailbox to get my packages out of the mail, out of the box. And I open the mailbox. There's this big old web in there with this big old spider just hanging around, having a good old time. And I'm like, oh no. So I grabbed a stick. I'm trying to figure out how to get my packages out of the mailbox with this big old spider in there. I am deathly afraid of spiders. I have been bit probably 3 times in my life, and 2 of them have been this year. So my neighbors were driving by, 2 guys, and they're yelling, "Hey, Connie!" And they scared the tar out of me because I was focused on this spider. They drive around our circle to turn around and go back. They stop and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to scare you." I'm like, "Nope, don't worry about it. I am trying to get my packages out. This big old spider's in the mailbox, and I'm afraid of spiders. I don't know how to get it out." So the passenger gets out of the car and he's like, gets me my packages, and then he takes the stick and he's like, "Oh, come here, little spider." It was a wolf spider. It was not a little spider. It was a big spider. And he just knocks it out of my mailbox, and it takes off under my car. And my door was open, so the only thing I could think of was it was going to jump in my car. Fortunately, it did not. But I don't know what I would have done if the 2 neighbors hadn't drove by and saved the day. So I just thought I would share that little piece of fun that I had a couple of days ago. I am so over summer, and especially the spiders. Enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, once I started going through my plates that were under there, I didn't have as many Christmas. I think I got rid of some of them. I am donating a couple of ones. I'm just not into the red truck anymore, so I am donating those. And just some plain red ones, those can be donated. But these were new last year. I think most of these came from Dollar Tree, but you know what? They put out some really pretty stuff. So that's Christmas. And then the snowman I'm going to keep for just after Christmas, just for winter. So I'll switch out the Christmas and add these in. Then I do have some decorator plates I just use for decoration around the kitchen. I bought this last year. I thought it was so cute. I did a gingerbread theme for Christmas, which I may do a gingerbread theme again this year. And then I also picked this up, and this is really, really pretty. I usually put this on this china cabinet here. And then my daughter made me this in 2000. So I pull this out every year and I decorate it with it. I love it. Okay, these are all my fall plates. You guys will see that when I decorate for fall. All right, there it is. Wow, I can't believe how much space I have in there. But I am getting rid of some big things. But I have really good space in there. We are going to organize up top next. And there's some cups up there that I want to get rid of. But here is my donation box so far. That's all stuff that I'm donating. I don't even use the cookie jar anymore. This stuff is just too large. So I am in the process of looking for smaller items or just doing without. But I have a ton of glasses, I have plenty of bowls. It's just odds and ends in there. So, all right, so let's go ahead and declutter the top. Okay, I got that shelf decluttered, and I forgot there was a little piece back there that holds plates into place. So I went ahead and took them from down below and put them up there. That way I know they won't get broken. This used to be my mom's cabinet. It's built into the mobile home. We do live in a 1970 mobile home if you're new here. And we had thought about tearing this out, but I'm glad we didn't because a lot of things that I don't want to get broken, I just keep in here, like my little knicks and stuff. And plus, I just started collecting teapots, and you already seen part of my cup collection, so it works out really good for that. So I'm gonna go ahead. I've pulled some of the cups that I don't want anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting them back in that shelf. We're just gonna go shelf by shelf. I think that's the easiest way for me since I don't have a whole lot of room to pull everything out and then put it back. We're just gonna go shelf by shelf. So let's go ahead and do that. I think next we are going to work on the top shelf because that's more cups. The middle shelf is mostly teapots. We'll get there because I see a few cups out of there that I don't want anymore and that we're going to donate. And let's work on the top. I got a lot of my mugs on this shelf, and I still have a few left. But this is going to give me plenty more room for more teapots. So I have some odds and ends mugs that I'm going to go ahead and put up there. Let's see how I get this organized because I'm not even sure. This here is a new teapot that I picked up yesterday at Goodwill, and it was only $3.99. I wanted another one for fall since I only have one, so I went ahead and picked this one up. And it was actually from, it says Pier 1, England. So it's very nice. It doesn't have any chips or anything. And for $3.99, I went ahead and grabbed it. So now I made room for it. Before I didn't have room. So we're going to go ahead and put that up there. Okay, guys, we got the inside done. The top looks bare. And this part here looks crowded. But all this stuff over here is going to be coming out in just a couple of weeks for fall. And summer and spring stuff is going to go in there. Cups, which I don't have a whole lot of. So I think when I put the fall back in there and we transition over to winter, I might go ahead and just reconfigure this somehow if it doesn't seem to work out for me. But it is what it is. That's what we're getting today. We got it done. And I don't want to spend a ton of time on this since I still want to paint. And that was my main thing today. But I just basically wanted to get all the junk out of there and just get this organized for the most part. And I think I've pretty much accomplished that. So that's what it all looks like. And then I have cups that I'm getting rid of. This is a candle, so that'll go in my candle stuff. I have a bunch of candle holders over there that all need to go somewhere. So it's just odds and ends that were in there that were taking up space. LED lights that go in my laundry room, you know. So next thing we're going to do is we are going to paint. I first have to see if I can get off these handles right here because they are getting switched out. It'll focus. Yeah, they're getting switched out. So I have to see if I can get those handles off first. And then we're going to go ahead and paint this. Okay, y'all. I'm getting ready to paint. I ended up getting the Pittsburgh Grand Distinction. It's supposed to be a one coat, which it should be because I just stuck with red. I was going to go, I really wanted to go with sage green on here. But considering I had put this peel and stick paper on there, it wasn't matching. So I just decided to keep it red, and it is called Apple a Day. So I thought that was fitting. So let's go ahead and do this.
To be here, kid. You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta paint. makes you fly.
Alright, there we have it so far. Not a whole lot of a difference between the reds, but I like it. I'm not a fan of this paint, but you know, it works. It does what it needs to do. So, okay, I'm gonna let that dry. And then I think I decided this is the wall as you come into the house. And I just have it like an off-white. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this red too while I'm at it, since there is red on here and I don't like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paint that while I got the red out. Why not? I got plenty. That looks much better. It will need a second coat. I just got to get the very tippy top. But yeah, it definitely needs a second coat once this dries. But I just need to let this dry. And then I can get the knobs on, which is drying pretty quickly because I have the fan on it. So that's what it looks like. Alright, I'll be back when I get the knobs on. Alrighty, knobs aren't on yet. I'm still painting, but I think I'm finally done. I decided to paint the inside of the doors. They weren't painted before. And then I went ahead and painted the edges of those. Eventually, I would like to get some shelf liner for inside, but I am not worried about that right now. And then I went ahead and took all the stuff off of here and went ahead and painted this. I was thinking about replacing this, but I think it's kind of working out now. So we'll see how it goes. I'm always fixing things around here and redoing things, so we never know what may happen in the future. But as of right now, this is how it's looking, and I'm loving it. My husband has to put on the knobs for me because I don't know where his drill is, and he has to drill through those for the knobs. So I'll show you the knobs I have. They're oil rub bronze which is my favorite. I have this all over my house, and so they have to go through the back, whereas the other one's just screwed right on there. These have to go through the back. Plus he needs to find me one more of these screws because the knobs came with no screws. I happened to find two. Well, one of the knobs had a screw. We found these at a yard sale a few years ago. So this was no cost for this project. But he has to get me a screw. He said he has another one. So he's going to take care of that for me. So this will dry overnight, and he will take care of that for me in the morning. So I will get a full picture of the whole thing after it is completely done with the knobs. But I am loving it. I am just going back and finding places that I missed and just doing touch-ups and stuff. But I'm really happy with it. So, alright, this time I will be back when the knobs are done. Alrighty, everybody, here's the cabinet all finished. My husband put the knobs on for me this morning, and they look so cute. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Let me know down in the comments what you think. And then also, I got the second coat on this part, and I think this turned out so good. It's much better than the white, and it looks really cute with my little things hanging up there, which those will be coming down for fall, at least one of them probably. But otherwise, I'm really happy with it. It didn't cost me anything. Like I said, I had a rebate for Menards for the paint, and so that was nothing out of pocket. The knobs were from a garage sale several years ago, so nothing out of pocket for that. Don't you love when that happens? So let me know down in the comments what you think of this little makeover. And in my next video, we will probably be deep cleaning the house and definitely getting ready for fall. And the first week of September is when my fall videos will start coming out of decorating. So I'm getting excited for that. Just waiting for this heat wave to go bye-bye. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And until next time, bye.